There are many problems within the United States regarding human rights, and the challenges facing the United States in human rights are deep-seated. They did not just emerge over the past 4 years, such as Black Lives Matter. It did not come up only.
Rita, what do you make of that?
I mean, the chutzpah there. I mean, this is a country that is committing ethnic genocide now in 2021. Country that persecutes its religious and ethnic minorities, lecturing the US about its racism record, quoting BLM. I mean, give me a break. It makes you want to throw up. But this is the world that the US has created, and Biden is weak, James, with China.
Biden is terribly weak. What happened in Anchorage was a tremendous diplomatic humiliation for the United States. It's important to note that Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State, Jake Sullivan, Hillary Clinton-era retread, who's now a national security advisor, they were both sides, the Chinese and the Americans, were supposed to each have a 2-minute statement. The Americans came up, gave a 2-minute sort of little stem winder with a bunch of nostrums about human rights and freedom in Hong Kong. And the Chinese hit back. It wasn't 15 minutes, Rowan, it was 20 minutes. 20 minutes of abjectly lecturing the United States over human rights, over Black Lives Matter, over the treatment of African Americans, over everything else. As Rita said, of course, the hypocrisy is writ large, but there's a couple of points about this. Number one, the Chinese have taken an absolute page out of the old Soviet playbook, because remember, they used to, during the Cold War, say, well, you know, you in America can't complain about the Gulag when you've got people in ghettos. So, you know, this is exactly the same sort of moral equivalency here. But number two, it shows just how weak everybody now thinks the Biden administration is, Biden foreign policy is, that these Chinese diplomats can go and just call on the carpet for 20 minutes, these two very senior foreign policy officials. It is not a good look. It shows that China thinks that they're in the driver's seat right now. Amazingly, this has barely been touched by the American media, which is more concerned with continuing to run up its fight with Russia, when in fact China is the real threat.